you just give us an update on your health?
I think if we were, in the playoffs starting in a few days, I'd be pretty close to returning. So hopefully get fully healthy and then get cleared and have a good off season.
What did you make of your season injuries and all?
Pretty tough year in terms of injury with the start here, especially in a new organization. Missing, the first 2 months of the year essentially was tough, but I found a way to kind of adjust quickly as I had to on the fly. But yeah, definitely in the injury front, hope to be healthier next year.
What do you think needs to change next year to get into the playoffs?
I think it's just details. In certain moments in games, felt this year there were times where we'd lose control of a moment and maybe had a hard time kind of getting it back on the rails, leading to 2-3 goals going in quickly, and that's tough to recover from in this league. So I think next year being more detailed in the D zone, because you got to play good defense to win in this league. So I think it starts there, and then again those moments in a game where there's momentum shifts. There needs to be more of an emphasis next year.
Blake, do we see more of those details towards the end of the season? Is that what we saw in better results?
Yeah, I think there were stretches where it was good. There also were some games where it wasn't, and it shows. It's the difference between winning and losing. So I think it kind of reassured that that's something we need to focus on for next year. And yeah, it's always good to see flashes of that, but again, it's one of the best league in the world, and you got to be consistent every night if you want to be a playoff team.
Seems like this team was fairly close, especially down the stretch when things were going a little bit better. But when a team doesn't make the playoffs, sometimes there's changes. Is that kind of one of the bittersweet parts of this?
For sure. I think it's a success-driven business, and we all want to win. And when you don't, things have to change, and that's just the way it is. So I think it's an exciting time, and there's also some uncertainty with where guys are going to be, and you never know. But I think the exciting thing is we're in a good position to make moves and bring guys in that can help us get there. So it's definitely an exciting thing. But it's hard to see guys go that you're close with. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what we sign up for in this business.
Blake, what did you make out of some of the young guys that came up from Wilkes-Barre late in the season?
Oh, they're great players, and we knew all year long that they were going to be potential difference makers for us. You've seen Billy the last few games; it's been great. And then Rocker, unfortunately, getting injured, but was good before his injury. So those are two guys I think we look to have impact for us next year.
Like, once you did get healthy, there was a healthy amount of production for you that maybe wasn't as proficient. And that coincided seemingly when you went to a fourth line role. Do you make anything of that in terms of your production versus your role, or just how do you, I guess, what's your make of how you did produces?
Yeah, everybody wants to score in this league, right? And have opportunity to score. But ultimately, it's a team game, and what the team needs was more defensive role for me, and I accepted that in that time frame to try and get us to the playoffs and ultimately a Stanley Cup. So, I'm not an arrogant, prideful. I'll play what role they need me to play if it's going to give us the best chance to win. So, but everybody wants to score, and not everybody wants to play defense, and I think it's important to accept the role that you're given. And that role can change throughout the season, game to game. So you look at a guy like Cookie, he accepts his role, knows it, has perfected it, and he's a vital player to this team, and everybody knows it. So I think it's just a matter of accepting the role each game, every day. And that can change, and you just accept it and make the most of every situation.
First year now with the Kings, I know rosters change every year, but what's your main takeaway of first year in a locker room, not in LA?
Yeah, that's obviously a big change. I spent 5+ years there, so got to know the guys there pretty well. But you look at this locker room and the guys in here. Obviously, you got Sid, Gino, Letang, so many great players in here. And sometimes you get kind of leery of, are these guys good guys? Are they, team guys? Are they selfish? And obviously, no one says anything bad about Sid and Gino, but you never know until you're in the room. And I think it couldn't have been a better transition here. Some of the best players of all time and in the world are in here, and they're also some of the best people. So, there's really nothing bad I can say about the camaraderie in this room.